Guild Wars 2, the game that actually changed my mind on how MMOs should be played, and the game that actually made me regret having spent so much time on other MMOs. This is my first impression about a game that I truly have never gave a chance. Hi, Thogrey here for a new video. First of all, I have bought a new desktop so I can finally show more gameplay for you guys. I will need to invest in a new webcam, but it will be fine in a few weeks. This video is really special to me. We will talk about Guild Wars 2 and how I felt playing Guild Wars 2 for the past few days and weeks. I really took my time, and to be honest, I have, for the purpose of this video, boosted one character to level 80 with the expansion End of Dragons, and I leveled a fresh character for the other purpose of this video. Hold up, before you type in the comments at how I destroyed my experience with Guild Wars 2, I only boosted this Mesmer for the purpose of playing a game mode that my PvP heart desired to experience, and it is World versus World. You can do World versus World at level 2, level 3, level 4, but in my opinion, and also the opinion of other people that tried to give me tips about it, it is better to play it at max level and to have a little bit more gear. I don't have that much gear, I have exotic gear, which is not the best, but still you can experience at level 80 without a problem. You can still 1v1 people or 1v2 people, or even just participate in a blob. So it is now not a surprise that I am a PvP MMO player. I only did PvP in World of Warcraft, I even play Warhammer Online, Return of Reckoning, and I will probably lose myself into New World and Lost Ark. But Guild Wars 2 has two PvP modes, and I needed to try the World vs World aspect to forge myself a first opinion, and that is why I've boosted this Mesmer. You will also see some gameplay of the World vs World. Now let's start the conversation. I will state my first opinion about this game and maybe a fact. Guild Wars 2 is the game that respects your time the most. It makes you feel that you are actually playing an MMORPG with the aspects of any modern game. While leveling, you have story quests, hearts, events, crafting, or gathering to level you up to level 80. You can also level up in different and longer ways, but I'll touch on that in a few seconds, minutes. But when you will start your tune, you will see that there is no real quest givers or any indication on what to do or where to start. They throw you in the wild as a fresh level 2 and tell you look and explore the map. This, what they did, is maybe the most noob unfriendly thing that they could have done, but it is also one of the best things that they have done to any other MMO player. If you are a true explorer or an adventurer, you will enjoy any second of it. Trying to explore Queensdale, look up for hearts, events to complete so you can level up and unlock new spells, skills, possibilities for your class. Everything rewards you with experience and either with loot, materials or items. Map completion is awesome and rewarding. Any player that likes to actually complete games will love that aspect. Nothing is truly a waste of time in Guild Wars 2. Now let's talk about game modes. Are you a PvP player or only want to PvP? Welcome to structured PvP, where you can PvP from level 2 and onwards. Need gear to compete? No sir. This game mode is purely revolving on skill and builds. You have normal games where it is kind of a fiesta, but it is great to learn your class or specialization and build. Ranked play is ideal if you want to face the very best and try to climb as high as possible. You also have some sweet rewards like skins or even Tome of Knowledges that I would also discuss a little bit later. Tournament play is for you and your friends to compete and win some sweet rewards. But wait, did you say you don't like structured PvP but you prefer open world warfare? I present to you World vs World. You will see some gameplay in this video, you already saw it if you saw the video, and let's be fair, it is super fun and engaging. Join your realm's Discord, like mine is Underworld, participate with your commanders and capture everything you can. Are you a roamer, or do you prefer to play in a big blob? Everything is possible in this game. You get some sweet rewards for playing World vs World. You can get some ascended gear, you can have Tome of Knowledges, you can have skill upgrades, so you upgrade skills so you can actually buy new skills, buy new spells. You have loads of rewards that you can have with World vs World. Are you a PvE player? You don't really like PvP or not engaging PvP? Well, let's discuss about it. It's not a problem, since you have fractals, which is actually mythic dungeons from World of Warcraft. They have copied it from Guild Wars 2. You have dungeons, which is kind of abandoned in Guild Wars 2, but still you still have the possibility to do it. You have strike missions, raids, and much more for you to delve into, and it is great. Are you an adventurer? You can still explore the maps, have full map completion. You have a lot of things you can do in Guild Wars 2. Did I say that the gameplay is super fun and engaging? The gameplay is super fun and engaging. You will directly see the difference between a new player, an advanced player, or even a pro gamer in this game. Being actually good in the game is super rewarding, since you can do a lot of outplay, you can be a absolute unit in a squad, in a raid, in a PvP setting, and to be honest, that's the kind of game I really like to play. I don't really want to play only for gear and being super overpowered, one-shotting people just because of my gear. I want to one-shot people, I want to kill people, I want to win versus people by my skill and not by the gear I have in this game. So people say that there is no vertical progression in this game, but I beg to differ. You will still need to farm your ascended gear, and if you want to have the flexibility to change stats on the fly, you will need some legendary gear. Legendary gear is actually legendary on this game. You still need to do a lot of things to have that. It is not granted on the first thing that you encounter. It is not a legendary gear that you will know on World of Warcraft. It is not only droppable, it is not winnable in a raid, it is only craftable, and to craft that gear you need to do a lot of things. You need to do a lot of activities to actually be able to have that material to craft that legendary gear. So Guild Wars 2 is maybe more of a horizontal progression game though, but is that really bad? We are programmed to run on a treadmill, to have huge chores to make before you actually have fun in things you love to do. Like for example, if you're playing World of Warcraft and you're not doing Torghast, or you're not doing the Maw or any other aspect of the game like conduits, soulbinds, etc., or even your storyline quest, then you're pretty much nothing in PvP. You will not win if you're level 1 on your soulbind versus someone that is level 40, level 50, level 60 on his soulbind. Like there is a lot of FOMO, a lot of chores to do. But in Guild Wars 2 there is no FOMO, fear of missing out, if you don't know what FOMO is. Everything you do has progression tied to it. But if you want to play SPVP, structured PvP, which means build BGs like battlegrounds or arenas, you won't be punished because you didn't do PvE. You can do PvP as much as you want. There will be not a problem. You won't lose any progression. You won't lose time on something, because there is no fear of missing out. The devs just want you to play the game however you want to play the game. You want to spend all your time in World versus World, that's perfectly fine. You didn't lose any progression, or you didn't lose a thing by playing that game mode. You can do whatever you want without being punished for it, and that is very great on this game. That's why I love this game, and that's why I kind of regretted to not have played it in the past. But now with End of Dragons coming in our way in 2021, I feel like we can play a lot more Guild Wars 2 without feeling bad about it. Try to play PvP in World of Warcraft like I actually explained, and try to ignore Torghast or any other aspect except PvP, and you will see that you will hit a roadblock very hard or very soon. In Guild Wars 2, you choose where you want to spend your time, and that is actually a luxury that a lot of games don't really bother to give to the players. Like if you're on Final Fantasy and you don't do main story quests, then you're kind of stuck. if you want to PvP in Final Fantasy, it's really not possible. It is truly a waste of time in Final Fantasy. You will be stuck in queues for 1 hour, 2 hours to even have a game that you want to play, which is a shame, but it is like that. And World of Warcraft, let's not even talk. You can't even only play PvP. You will need to do some PvE. You will need to do some story quests to even upgrade your soulbind. So, and that is why I like this game, like Guild Wars 2, and that is why I feel stupid not having played this game before. But many people will tell you the same thing about Guild Wars 2. It respects your time, like I said again, and devs respect the time you put in Guild Wars 2. Wanna try another game or play that solo game instead of Guild Wars 2, like GTA 5, or if GTA 6 comes out, go for it. You can come back anytime and you didn't lose any progression and you will not experience any FOMO. There is no real power creep too, since gear is kinda maxed out. They could max it even more out with the new expansion, but even if they do, the power creep will not be a 1 to 100 scale. It will be like maybe 5% more damage or maybe 10% more damage, but that's what's great about Guild Wars 2. I don't feel like I'm stuck in progressing in Guild Wars 2 to be competitive, and that is what I like about an MMO. You don't really experience any FOMO. Let's talk about FOMO. I think the only FOMO I experience at the moment with Guild Wars 2, and it is truly that, I fear of missing out of fun. When I leveled my warrior, I felt some FOMO, but not made by devs, but made by players. Content in World vs. World that was waiting for me to come. Like, they were discussing about the huge battle, the battle at the castle, and that they could have taken the castle after 30 minutes or 40 minutes fighting there at the door, and the other team, the green team, was close to even win this fight, but then we swooped in and we won, and then we won the castle, and we tried to gain more points for the realm. And they told me that, and I felt like stupid for leveling my warrior, but that was not made because of devs. It was made because of the community, because of the server, because of my guild, because of anything. By the way, let's talk about my guild. It is hardstuckgg. Please look up the site. There's many streamers playing this game in this guild, like mightyteapot, guildmm, etc. So if you want to play with us, we are on Underworld, and yeah, we accept anyone, but we need to give out some application to see if you're serious, or if you only play 1 day in a month, then you take a spot from someone else. So anyways, let's go back to the FOMO. It is not made by devs, it is made by players, and content in World vs. World is content for anyone. You can experience whenever you want. And I was telling myself, I wish I was there with my Mesmer. But that's the only FOMO I experienced, and in my opinion, it's the only possible acceptable FOMO we all should have in MMOs. We are playing for fun, we are playing to have fun, and not to experience FOMO, or I needed to do my chores, and I didn't do that, I feel bad for it, I missed out a week of Torghast, now I need to farm 2 weeks of Torghast instead of 1 week, the yester week and this week. No, you don't have that in Guild Wars 2, and that's perfectly fine. There is a thing that I now call it. It is FOMF, fear of missing fun. Is Guild Wars 2 worth to try it out? Absolutely yes. It is free to play, and you have of course expansions to buy if you want to, but you can play for free, level to whatever level you want, and then you can decide about the game if you want to spend €20 to have 2 expansions, get a level 80, get a lot of things into the expansion like elite specialization, and then you can play whenever you want, whatever you want, how much you want, without paying a sub, and that is very big for that game. If you played Guild Wars 1, you know that it is one of the best things that they have introduced into the game. Will you experience something weird at first when you're coming from WoW or other MMOs like FF or SWTOR, like Star Wars The Old Republic, for example? Yes, this game needs you to adjust on a lot of things, like no more holding hands, no more end game pursuit, no more chores, no more arrows pointing out what you need to do to progress. You will only have some arrows pointing out what you could do, but you are free to do anything. You can, instead of going west, you can go east, go level there, you can get a heart, you can go TP to another zone, you can do whatever you want to progress. You don't have quests, you don't have hand holding, you don't need to rush to level 80 to even experience all the game. You can SPVP whenever you want, you can PvE whenever you want. That is the beauty of Guild Wars 2. Going back on the, you can XP through end game stuff and PvP stuff with Tome of Knowledges. The Tome of Knowledge is a reward that you get by playing the game, gaining rewards from the tracks like PvP track, world versus world track, open world tracks. Those tomes give you 1 level if consumed, so you can basically always PvP in structured PvP and level up slowly but surely to level 80. You can also gear through SPVP with Ascended Gear, you can gear through World vs World with Ascended Gear, you can do it with Fractals, you can do this with Raids. You have a lot of things you can do to actually have gear, and that is fantastic. If WoW introduced something that you could, like PvP and get some raiding gear by PvPing, I would pretty much only PvP on this game. But they don't do that because they want you to be engaged, they want engagement, and they only put out game modes for metrics and not purely for enjoyment. And that is the problem with World of Warcraft, and that is something that I love on on Guild Wars 2. You can do whatever you want, and you have absolute true freedom on what you want to do in the game. I love it, and please abuse it, because Guild Wars 2 is one of the best games there is. You will see a lot more Guild Wars 2 content from now on this channel. But remember, what is the purpose of gaming if not to have fun? Guild Wars 2 is for now and for me purely fun, and that's why I play it with Lost Ark on Russian servers. Those two games kinda fulfill the enjoyment I needed in my day-to-day life. And World of Warcraft or other games didn't really do it for me. League of Legends is more annoying at the moment because they changed a lot of things that I really don't like, and Guild Wars 2 is truly the savior of my gaming experience for now, so that's really fantastic. So hopefully you liked the video. It is a first impression video about Guild Wars 2. I might give a full review in the future once I've experienced everything of the game. Thank you for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye.